Why is a fish that millions of people love called an enemy by an entire country? Carp, a fish familiar to people around the world, has become a symbol of prosperity and good luck in many cultures. But in America, carp are not welcomed in the same way. Instead of being respected, they are considered an invasive species that is destroying the ecosystem and needs to be destroyed. But the strange thing is, while the U.S. is trying to eliminate this fish species, many other countries consider carp a valuable resource, not only in cuisine, but also in festivals and cultural traditions. So, what is the reason that carp becomes the enemy of one country while being gold to other places? Let's explore this contradictory story. Go discover why America wants this fish dead and why the world disagrees. Carp, a freshwater fish that is easy to raise and is found everywhere from lakes, rivers to ponds, is not only a familiar dish, but also a valuable fish in many cultures. However, in the U.S., carp are not so well received. They are considered an invasive species, causing serious impacts on the natural environment. Carp eat aquatic plants, disturbing the water environment, making the water turbid and reducing water quality. This not only affects other fish species, but also upsets the balance in the natural food chain. Therefore, carp is considered a major threat to freshwater ecosystems. The appearance of carp has changed the natural landscape, causing other aquatic species to be strongly affected, even at risk of extinction. Given this situation, the U.S. government has made constant efforts to eliminate carp from invasive areas. Carp collection campaigns have been vigorously implemented in many areas, especially in heavily affected areas such as major rivers and the Great Lakes region. These programs, coordinated by environmental agencies and volunteer organizations, aim not only to reduce carp numbers, but also to restore natural water environments. They are constantly collecting carp to control their numbers and minimize the negative impacts they cause. However, the big question remains: are carp really an enemy of the environment, or are they simply a fish whose impacts are not fully understood? The story of the carp is not just about the battle between fish and the environment, but also about how we manage and protect natural ecosystems. And is there an alternative approach to managing carp that doesn't require total eradication? Although considered an invasive species in the United States, carp is warmly welcomed in many other countries, where it is not only a delicacy, but also a cultural symbol associated with prosperity and good luck. Especially in Asian countries, carp has a deep meaning, being an indispensable part of festivals and big parties. In China, Japan, and East Asian countries, carp often appear during important holidays such as Lunar New Year, bringing prosperity and peace to the family. In China, carp is not only a food, but also a symbol of prosperity. Dishes such as braised carp, fried carp, or carp soup are indispensable parts of family meals, showing hospitality and respect for tradition. Meanwhile, in Japan, carp are a symbol of resilience. The Koinobori festival, held on Children's Day with giant carp-shaped flags, is a testament to the sacred meaning of this fish. Not only in Asia, carp is also a traditional dish in Christmas parties in Poland, Germany, and Czech. From being considered an invasive fish in the United States, carp has become an important and valuable food source in many countries. Easy to raise and adaptable, carp provide protein for millions of families and have become a staple food in places with limited seafood resources. Why is a fish species that is of concern in one country protected and grown in other countries? Is there a big misunderstanding about the impact of this fish? And is global carp conservation the best option for the environment and the economy? The story of the carp is the story of how we view and exploit natural resources. Faced with the challenge of protecting the environment without eliminating carp altogether, the big question is, can we find a solution to sustainably farming carp while protecting the ecosystem and maintaining this important food source? The answer may lie in the application of smart carp farming technology. Modern recirculating fish farming systems are being widely deployed, helping to control water quality, ensuring that the fish's living environment does not harm the ecosystem. Advanced water filtration technologies not only help keep the fish farming environment clean, but also help minimize negative impacts on the surrounding ecosystem. This technology has helped many countries such as China and Japan maintain sustainable development of the carp industry while minimizing environmental pollution. In addition, solutions to restore and protect the ecosystem are also being tested. Instead of destroying carp, experts have proposed measures to protect the natural environment while maintaining the presence of this fish species. One such solution is the management of carp in natural environments such as rivers and lakes, where measures to control fish density and water quality are applied to keep the ecosystem intact. At the same time, the use of carp as part of the ecological cycle helps control aquatic plants and creates a new balance between species in the ecosystem. The future of carp is not a story of destruction or elimination, but of creative integration of sustainability and environmental protection. Can we continue to cultivate carp as an important food source while protecting the natural ecosystems of the United States and other countries? In Eastern countries such as China, Japan, and many European countries, carp is an indispensable part of culinary culture and a symbol of prosperity. It not only provides food, but also boosts the fisheries economy. From major festivals to traditional meals, carp plays an important role in the lives of millions of people. It is this difference that creates confrontation between countries. The U.S. is concerned that carp will continue to harm the ecosystem, while other countries consider carp an indispensable part of their culture and economy. This is a story about the conflict between environmental protection and resource conservation. Environmental experts say the issue is not about destroying carp, but how to manage this species sustainably. How can we protect the natural ecosystem while still maintaining the nutritional and economic value of carp? This is an important question that countries around the world need to answer. The story of the carp is not only a confrontation between environmental protection and economic development, but also a lesson in creativity in how we integrate with nature. Just as invasive carp are turning into commercial opportunities, fishermen are turning icy waves into million-dollar tuna catches, opening up an adventure full of risk and opportunity. Mackerel, a powerful marine fish, lives in large schools and travels in cold seas where temperatures remain low, creating a mysterious underwater world. Most common in the North Atlantic, Arctic waters, and other cold oceans, mackerel live in harsh environments where only the hardiest fish can survive. Thanks to these harsh living conditions, mackerel meat becomes firm, nutritious, and has a distinctive flavor, becoming a popular dish worldwide. Mackerel is not only famous for its omega-3 content, high-quality protein and vitamins, but is also a gift of nature sought after by the international market, especially in Japan, Europe, and North America. Premium tuna have extremely high export value, generating large revenues for the fisheries industry and becoming one of the important strategic commodities, providing stable income for many coastal communities. The thirst for mackerel has spurred the development of sophisticated and varied fishing methods. From giant trawls for industrial campaigns to delicate handcrafted rods, each catch reflects the combined skill, patience, and legacy of generations of brave fishermen. With trawling, huge nets hundreds of meters long are used to effectively catch mackerel. The meshes are meticulously designed to be just large enough to hold fish without harming other ocean creatures. Due to its quick harvest and superior yield, this method has become an important source of income for coastal communities in cold waters. Every fishing expedition begins with one crucial step: pinpointing the exact location of the fish. Modern fishermen use sonar and radar, modern technologies that act as eyes under the sea, to find signs of schools of mackerel. On the radar screen, sparkling spots indicate where the mackerel gather, creating golden coordinates for casting nets. Once the location is confirmed, a giant net is dropped, sweeping along the fish's migration route. The net moves like a giant dance, surrounding and pulling the fish inside. Under the sea, hundreds of mackerel thrashed around in the net, creating a vibrant scene. Pulling up the net required perfect coordination between the sailors. Tuna are very sensitive to noise and changes in the environment. Just a little delay or mistake can cause the whole school to escape, making all the fishermen's efforts meaningless. In contrast to the trawl method, hand fishing offers a completely different experience. Each fishing rod and each type of bait are carefully selected, delicately suited to the nature of the mackerel. Fishermen drop the bait into the cold water, where they believe the fish are moving, and then wait patiently. When they feel the vibrations from the fishing line, they have to skillfully control it to pull the fish up without damaging them. Although the yield is lower, this method ensures perfect fish meat quality, a factor that makes artisanal mackerel a sought-after dish in high-end restaurants. Whether it is large-scale trawling or meticulous hand fishing, both require a deep understanding of the ocean, the habits of mackerel, and to quickly adapt to sudden changes in nature. The combination of modern technology and craftsmanship has created a mining journey that is both fierce and magical. This is not only a battle of wits between humans and the ocean, but also a fierce challenge to bring back giant catches of mackerel, a precious seafood not only because of its economic value, but also because of its top culinary value in the world. As soon as the catch of tuna was pulled from the icy sea, handling and preserving it became the most urgent task on deck. Fishermen quickly grade each fish based on size and quality, as this is what determines the economic value of the entire trip. High-quality fish will be separated, while small or substandard fish will be processed according to special procedures. After grading, each mackerel is meticulously cleaned. Unnecessary parts, such as intestines, gills, and scales, are removed, leaving only the white, firm, and flavorful meat. The cleaning process must be done quickly and accurately, as mackerel is very susceptible to spoilage if left in cold air for long periods of time. The tuna is then immediately transferred to deep freezers, where the temperature is always maintained at extremely low levels, often below -30 degrees Celsius. This method not only prevents the growth of bacteria, but also preserves the cell structure of the fish meat, helping the fish to retain its freshness and nutritional value when thawed as when it was first caught. This preservation process, right on the ship, in an ideal cold environment, is the decisive factor that helps mackerel to be transported thousands of kilometers, while still ensuring excellent quality when it reaches consumers. Thanks to the meticulousness and professionalism in each stage of processing and preservation on board, the tuna fishing industry has become one of the most economically valuable fisheries in the world. Each successful tuna harvest can bring in up to $1 million, affirming the influence and importance of tuna fishing in the global seafood industry. This is not only a significant source of income for fishermen, but also an important factor in boosting the economies of coastal communities and host countries. Mackerel is exported to demanding markets such as Japan, Europe, and North America, where consumers are willing to pay high prices for the freshest fish, imbued with the distinctive taste of the ocean. In high-end restaurants, mackerel is not only a delicious dish, but also a symbol of culinary sophistication, thanks to its unique flavor and outstanding nutritional value. Not only does the tuna fishery create thousands of direct and indirect jobs, from fishermen, processors, transport drivers, to market staff, it also helps keep the marine economy vibrant and growing. The success of this fishery is measured not only in profits, but also in nurturing coastal communities and ensuring the sustainable conservation of fishery resources for future generations. Although tuna fishing brings huge economic value, it also faces many challenges. Climate change disrupts fish migration routes, resources are increasingly depleted, and environmental protection regulations are increasingly strict. However, modern technology is opening up new opportunities. Sensors, radars, and artificial intelligence systems not only help fishermen accurately locate schools of fish, but also predict movements and optimize the trawling process, improving work efficiency and minimizing environmental impact. The future of mackerel fishing will rely on a harmonious combination of traditional fishermen's experience and technological advances, aiming at sustainable exploitation, maximizing economic value while conserving precious marine resources. If you want to continue discovering extraordinary stories and amazing skills from around the world, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Each video is a journey full of surprises where people and the sea intersect, creating unforgettable moments. From the arduous tuna fishing trips, fishermen continue to face a new challenge: hunting flying fish, a species of fish that is not only agile, but also has the ability to fly out of the water, creating a different, dramatic, and delicate chase. For fishermen on the Pacific Islands, flying fish are more than just a catch. They are a symbol of the seasons and a life that is tied to the rhythms of nature. Every year, during the brief period when the Kuroshio Current warms in late spring and the moon illuminates the sea, schools of flying fish return to shore to spawn. This is a golden moment. If fishermen time their fishing right, they can catch tens of thousands of fish in just 48 short hours. However, the hunt is not easy. Flying fish are migratory species that are sensitive to water temperature and lunar cycles. They choose to spawn during high tides and full moons, making the hunt a fierce minute-by-minute race. Along the rocky shores of the island, millions of fish eggs are scattered on seaweed, shells, and artificial grass bundles that fishermen have placed to lure them to shore. Each female can lay between 20,000 and 40,000 eggs, but only a small fraction of them survive. Most become delicious food for seabirds, larger fish, and even humans. Therefore, a small mistake in timing can cause fishermen to lose the whole season, which they have waited for 11 months. Catch too early, the fish have not yet reached the shore. Delay one night, they have left in silence. They are not birds, but every time they break free from the waves, their long fins like sails filled with wind. Flying fish shoot up, gliding through the air like living silver arrows. With a single powerful flick of its tail, the flying fish can reach up to 656 feet, enough to escape predators lurking on the seafloor. Despite being only about 9.84 inches long, its speed of up to 37 miles per hour makes the flying fish a biological wonder, a wingless warrior of the ocean that survives thanks to its flying fins. In the waters south of the Okinawa Islands, flying fish appear in early summer, when the water temperature reaches 22 degrees Celsius and the Kuroshio current begins to change direction. This is a natural signal that the flying fish gather on shore to spawn, creating a swarm storm that fishermen wait for all year. However, this time also coincides with the season of big waves and unpredictable monsoons. If there is a delay or a change in the weather, fishing plans can be ruined. Each boat must be ready in just a few hours, rushing out to sea and acting quickly before the fish swim back to deeper water. Everything depends on the boatman's intuition, on the experience passed down through generations. A small mistake in choosing a place to cast the net can cause the fisherman to lose the whole season. But if chosen correctly, a day can bring in thousands of flying fish, enough to feed the whole village for months. Under the bright sunlight, when the fish gathering point has been determined, the real race begins. On the deck, every action takes place like a sophisticated mechanism. Every passing second has a vital value. The fishermen work as a synchronized team. One sets up the 13.1-foot high net, another adjusts the reel, and the other holds the boat steady against the wind and current. This is no ordinary fishing operation, but a massive operation with a flying barrier system specifically designed to accommodate fish that can break the surface at speeds of 37 miles per hour. Giant nets are set up in the direction of the fish swimming, stretching dozens of meters, forming a deadly maze in the middle of the ocean. Every time a fish hits the net, the sound is like a rumbling slap, forcing the whole team to act immediately. Quickly roll up the net, avoiding letting the fish slip away or tearing their fins. However, thanks to speed and coordination honed over many seasons, the fleet can collect thousands of fish in just 1 hour. And the seemingly impossible goal, 10,000 fish in 48 hours, is gradually becoming a reality as long as the waves remain calm and there is enough time. To catch this fish, which is not only fast but also extremely alert, human strength is not enough. On board, modern technology and seafaring experience work together like two inseparable arms. Surface radar continuously scans for rapid movements near the surface of the sea, signs of flying fish gliding by. At the same time, the jump net is deployed with a highly elastic dome structure, simulating natural movements to trick the fish into rushing in without suspicion. In addition, experienced fishermen also use a traditional technique, underwater sound transmission. Metal hooks are gently tapped on the hull of the boat, creating vibrations that spread through the sea, simulating the communication sounds of schools of fish.
More stories.
As soon as the net is hauled up, the sorting process begins on deck. Flying fish that measure between 7.87 and 9.84 inches in length with smooth, unblemished skin are kept. Any fish that show signs of being hit, have a broken belly, or have scales stuck to them are discarded, as they will quickly dehydrate and deteriorate during transport.
So this smoke or haze, it's actually from the fish because it's super cool. It's raining, so they have to stop unloading the fish or change loading because now the rain freezes on the fish and it increases the weight and everything. Oh shit!
When a refrigerated container arrives at the dock, it is not the end of the line, but the beginning of a new race. Faster, more precise. Every second is not just time, but a decisive factor in the freshness, value, and reputation of the entire shipment. Once unloaded, the flying fish are immediately transported to the coastal processing plant, a cold space where men and machines operate at a relentless pace. The air here is thick with cold, but also hot with urgency and precision, like a laboratory operating under time pressure. In particular, fish that are fully open when caught in the net are often valued more highly as they demonstrate health and natural reflexes, a clear sign of fresh, well-nourished fish. A shipment of 10,000 fish may only retain about 70 to 80%, with the rest discarded or sent to lower-level processing. This strictness is not just a requirement for the Japanese or Taiwanese markets, it is a survival standard in the high-end seafood supply chain. It is this rigorous selection process that turns a fishing trip into a close-quarters gamble, where every fish must be worth every penny of profit that counts in seconds. The processing takes place on a modern technological line, where every detail is carefully taken care of. The fish is washed with cold circulating seawater, helping to remove dirt while still retaining the characteristic natural saltiness. Next, they pass through an ultrasonic descaling system, a fast and efficient technology that preserves the perfect silvery skin sheen, a key element in creating appeal to high-end diners. After processing, the fish will be automatically classified by a sensor system based on color and size. Those that meet commercial standards will be divided into two lines. The high-quality fresh line will be vacuum sealed in trays, covered with a sophisticated antioxidant film. The remaining part will be put into a deep freezer at -40 degrees Celsius, where in just 4 minutes, each piece of meat will be locked, retaining its firmness, sweetness, and bright color, as if it had just been caught. Each shipment will be labeled with a QR code, recording the entire journey of the fish, from the catch coordinates, harvest time, storage conditions to details of the processing at the factory. This is not only a guarantee of quality, but also a testament to a transparent and professional supply chain. Thanks to a thorough cold storage system and strict quality control procedures, flying fish from tropical waters can travel far and wide. From sashimi counters in Tokyo, fusion salads in New York, to high-end menus in luxury restaurants in Europe, all while maintaining the freshness, sweetness, and original quality as when they left the net. From the coastal factory, flying fish are quickly transported to fine dining tables around the world, where each dish is not only a symbol of freshness, but also a reflection of skillful preparation techniques and exquisite culinary creativity. In Japan, fresh flying fish is served as ultra-thin sashimi slices and served with aged soy sauce, bringing out the distinct sweet flavor of the deep ocean. In Europe, flying fish appear in colorful Mediterranean salads or lightly sautéed with lemon butter sauce, the perfect combination of lightness and richness. In the U.S., an appetizer of flying fish roe toast with avocado mousse can cost up to $45, light but sophisticated. No matter how it is prepared, flying fish remains elegant, rich in protein, and low in fat, worthy of being a premium ingredient in global cuisine, bringing wonderful experiences to gourmet diners. Each flying fish is more than just a product of nature. It is the crystallization of sweat, skill, and respect for the sea. The 48-hour race may be over, but the journey between man and the ocean continues, full of challenges and discoveries. If you find this journey worthwhile, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring more amazing stories from the depths of the ocean with us.